When humans sleep, a little phenomenon happen. They can now enter an incredible world where imagination is the foundation of the experience. Dreaming may be the only place where somebody can live freely, the life he wants. And you, what are you dreaming of? Let me guess, you may be dreaming of something far from your reality. Is it an adventure in another country? But wait, don't you hear the little ring that is trying desperately to wake you up? So you could go to work. Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day. Go on. Now is the time to eat, but since you're late, shut it down. Another day in the traffic, thanks to Jacob, your little boy that, again, didn't want to go to school this morning. You look right and left. The only things you see are cars driven by people that, like you, didn't want to go to work. However, because you've got so much things to pay, you can't skip a day. And here you are, working in a meaningless job that fits your parents' ambitions. If money didn't exist, would you still do it? Unfortunately, like most of us, you simply do a job to cover the bills. Now start the mechanical cycle of adulthood: sleep, eat, drive, work, and repeat. Welcome, my dear friend, in what we could call a rat race. Even though, don't lose hope, a solution to exit it exists. However, you must firstly answer the following question. How badly do you want your freedom? As Dave Ramsey quotes, "If you want to live like no one else later, you need to live like no one else today." Sad to say, get rich quick is a scam. Being financially free takes a lot of effort. Mr. Money Mustache, a blogger, wrote about his journey on his financial independence: retire early, or fire for his mustachians. I happen to be one of his readers, a mustachian. Lucky me, I had the chance to study the content of his blog before I started to work. Please note that the following content is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial expert. This is only my personal opinion.
Hello there, my name is Mark. I'm 29 years old and I am now financially free. I know it's hard to believe, but I didn't win the lottery or inherit money from a rich uncle. I'm currently working part-time, and creating videos is one of my hobby. So here's a resume of what I've read, almost a decade ago, that changed my life.
Number 1. Wealth is built through ownership, not salary.
We all have 24 hours in a day. To become wealthy, you need to be able to earn money even when you sleep. Let your money do the work for you. When you invest in a company through the stock market, you acquire a little piece of ownership that let you participate to her profitability. Sometimes companies pay dividends. If you reinvest it, that allows you to buy more shares. Repeat the process and you will build wealth over time.
Number 2. Break the cycle of consumerism.
Today, it is so easy to mindlessly spend money. You can now make all your purchases without even setting a foot in a store. No wonder why people have so much debt. You need to know that, usually the FIRE community lives on 50% of their salary. The other 50% is oriented toward investing in the stock market. If you happen to have debt, that is not a house mortgage, you should stop all unnecessary spending and allocate all your money on it. Since it's a lot easier to save $1 than earn it. I happen to ask myself before each spending, do I really need this? I know it is hard to do, but not following the trend is the best way to free up money and invest it.
Number 3. Invest your money wisely.
For some of us, the stock market can feel like the first time you rent an unknown place. I do understand that risk can be fearful, but keeping cash is a guaranteed loss, due to inflation. Through time, this little invisible tax is diminishing your buying power. Last year, the inflation rate rose to its highest level in nearly 40 years.
Finally, this place is a lot more cozy from the inside. As they say, you can't judge a book by its cover. In 2008, Warren Buffett issued a challenge to the hedge fund industry, which in his view charged exorbitant fees that the fund's performances couldn't justify. The index he was referring to was one of his favorite, the Standard & Poor's 500. This index is a stock market index, tracking the stock performance of 500 large companies listed on the New York Stock Exchanges.
Lucky him, he had won his bet. I think this was the easiest $1 million he'd made in his life. Beating the market is an impossible task for most of us, so I got a saying. If you can't beat the market, be the market. That's why the FIRES community love the low-cost index fund. Many index fund exist. For example, Vanguard S&P 500 exchange-traded fund owns all 500 stocks within the S&P 500 index, offering investors a low-cost way to own U.S. equities. On the New York Stock Exchange, his sticker is VOO. And on the Canada Stock Exchange, his sticker is VFV. Remember, before making an investment, make your own research. Don't trust a little guy like me that is making random videos on YouTube.
Number 4. Don't try to time the market. Trying to time the market is as predictable as a coin flip. Unfortunately, nobody is able accurately to do it. So why even bother? Just dollar cost average true time. Number 5. When are you financially free?
According to the Trinity study, since stock perform an average of 7% interest, it would be safe to withdraw 4% and live of your capital infinitely. If you happen to use this withdrawal rate, you need to have a portfolio of 25 times your living expense. The Trinity used data from 1871 to 2021. Since the past is not garant of the future, I would suggest to use a 3% rule and multiply your expenses by 30. My retirement number is $660,000. What is yours? If you happen to like the video, don't forget to subscribe for more. Until then, have a nice day.